Why the fuck?
Yee. Bordeaux's a little upset, but I agree with him. This microtransaction nonsense has been ridiculous from EA. And I don't even think the microtransactions are what bother me the most. But what bothers me the most is we are taking away features we had last year that we expect to have this year and then trying to replace them with microtransactions. I think that's where we go a step too far. If you want to add microtransactions into the game, more power to you. I think that's fair. Honestly, with things getting more and more expensive to get this, that, and the other into the game, I understand the need to make a little bit more money. With that said, don't take things away from us and try to give them back to us on a paywall. That's where we get really frustrated. There have been several features in this year's game that have been added on top of what was regularly available. And those things do come behind a little bit of a paywall in one way or another. Those things aren't a huge issue to me. And in fact, the big thing I want to say here is if you have an online dynasty and you're the commissioner, be aware that you can turn these things off. You do not have to allow your coaches in the dynasty to be able to have access to these. It's up to you what you want to do, but please be aware of the setting to turn it off. My final point on all this, what I don't understand is why we have microtransactions in Road to Glory, which is an offline mode, but only online dynasty, because why wouldn't you put the microtransactions in a regular offline dynasty as well? One of the things that we do as creators is we love to test things out, and there are several of us creators that might be investing in an offline dynasty where we could go straight to level 100 to show a perfect coach build, or to have a baseline coach build where we can spend all our points and we don't have to spend a bunch of time doing it. There are reasons why this could benefit us and it be something that would save us a lot of time. And if it's an offline mode, who cares? So it's one of those things that I don't think there's much consistency here. I don't think there's much of a thought process here. The goal was to make a little bit more money, but they didn't even think that all the way through in order to make sense across the board. I think that before they implement some of these things, they need to talk to everybody in the group, not only the higher ups having these decisions, but the devs in the best way to implement them, and also the community in terms of what we need and what we want. Microtransactions are going to be part of everything in our world and always will be. Expecting them to not be there isn't realistic. But expecting to not get abused and shifted around and lied to in the last minute, I think that's what Bordeaux is the most upset about. He wasn't aware of any of these things, and he's promoting a game that is going to take advantage of and shift the expectations of the user. That's where we get upset. That's where we get frustrated. So if you want to get back in the good graces of the people who are spending, like me, just to play the beta, I wanted to pay $135. Yeah, I got Madden, but honestly, whether I got Madden or not, I probably would have still paid that. I'm a loyal gamer. I love this game. It's absolutely phenomenal. So let's not ruin it with little things that don't add to the whole title. These are my opinions. I'd love to hear your opinions. Comment, go in the Discord, let's chat about it. Whatever you want to do, I want to hear your opinions, but this is just my 2 cents. As always, I love you guys, and I look forward to talking to you more about this.